So, I am a bit starstruck to be standing next to you right now. I'm a huge fan of yours, as you know, as we discussed. But I have to say, when I messaged you on Instagram and asked you if you come on my show, one, I thought, crazy idea. Two, I thought, well, he's probably going to call the cops and get me arrested. Or three, he's going to come on the show and agree to it. And that was my wildest dream. So I am so thankful for you to be here right now.
I'm thankful for you.
Thank you for being on the show.
No
problem. You know, big St. John's fan, but even bigger fan of you. So
thank you.
It wouldn't be what's your favorite color if I didn't start off with my famous first question.
Okay.
So let me pull out my handy dandy crayons. So Matthew, what's your favorite color and what are you grateful for today here in 2019?
Okay. Well, my favorite color is, sorry. Ooh, not purple.
Not purple.
It is
Not purple, folks.
blue.
Blue.
My favorite color is blue, and what I'm grateful for today is my really great friends and my really great family. They're always there supporting me. I get to talk to them every day, and I get to be with them every day. So I'm extremely grateful to have them in my life and to be such an influential people that really impact me every day.
I love that.
Thank you.
So hold on to that because we're going to get back to that, and I'm going to have you do something at the end.
Okay.
Just draw something for us. But I guess to start off with, well, first I have to ask you this question. Do you have any back problems?
No.
Weird question, right?
Yeah.
Because you've been carrying the program since the start of the season. So I guess he doesn't need this, folks. So we'll throw that over there. I guess to start off with, tell me a little bit about growing up, you know, what that was like growing up as a kid, where you grew up, and then I guess we'll go from there. But.
Okay. So I grew up, I'm from Long Island, Suffolk County, Holbrook, Lake Ronkonkoma, like around there, like right around that area. I went to Hiawatha, Seneca, and then St.John North.
Okay.
So I finished St.John North and now I'm here. I really had a really great childhood. I grew up, I danced since I was 4. So this is my 16th year dancing,
Really?
which is crazy to think. I grew up and learned everything that I know pretty much from TJE Dance Force, which is about 2 minutes away from my house, which is really cool. That I was also so close and so fortunate to have such a great studio and such a great program that was right by my house.
Okay.
I also danced on high school dance team, St. John North Varsity Arrowheads.
Nice.
I was fortunate enough to win 4 national titles with them. So
4.
so 4 national titles with them in the jazz, hip hop, and team performance categories. So that was really something special that I got to do as well. And now I got to come here and really get to experience something else.
And you have a friend over there that you
Yes.
compete against, and you beat her a few times, huh?
My best friend Haley Beal is from Bellport, and we actually competed against each other growing up. We were actually rival dance teams in the hip hop category. So it's really something special to get to go from being rivals and enemies from each other to actually being best friends and dancing with each other. And that's what I love so much about St. John's and St. John's Dance is that we're 22 boys and girls that are different. We all come from different spots, we come from different backgrounds, and we all get to come together and dance as one. So it's pretty cool.
Sure, that's awesome. Now you said you started dancing when you were 4. What got you into dancing, and do you remember the first time experiencing that, and what made you love it?
Yeah, so honestly, I started dancing because of my sister.
Okay.
I used to play soccer and t-ball, and then I would go and watch my sister dance in the studio. And I just said to my mom, I was like, you know, I really think that I want to dance. I want to be like Kaylin. I want to like do something like that. And then I got put into dance, and ever since then, that's all I've done. I dropped out of soccer, dropped out of t-ball, and dance has been my primary focus since probably the age of 5.
I don't blame you. Soccer's pretty boring.
Yeah.
No offense to all my soccer friends out there. But, oh, that's great. So,
Thank you.
What attracted you to St. John's? Coming out of high school, obviously
Yeah.
had a really successful dance career. What made you want to come to St. John's and
So
and join
I
the dance team here?
originally St. John's wasn't my it wasn't like my top school like growing up and like thinking I wanted to come here. What actually like made me start to look at the school, as like weird as it sounds, is that they waived my application fee. So I was like, oh, might as well just apply, see like how I do. And then I ended up applying, and I was like, you know what, let's go for a tour. Fell in love with the school, fell in love with the program, and then I realized that they had a great dance team on top of it.
Okay.
And you know what, it was like a mix of all the great things that I wanted and all the things that I really needed to be successful in college. And I was like, this is the home for me. I met the coach, absolutely adore her. And then I fell in love with St. John's, and now I'm here, and I honestly couldn't picture myself anywhere else.
The best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds.
Amazing, amazing. So, I know I read an article that your mom is a special ed teacher out in
Yes.
Long Island. So, that's what you're pursuing here.
Yes.
What made you want to pick that major, and what are you looking to do with it?
So I originally was a government and politics major, and then while I was in class, I was like, you know what, I don't know if this is for me. It was like so many people wanting to become lawyers and wanting to do stuff out of it, and I was like, I really just want to work with kids. I couldn't picture myself being with like wearing a suit every day and wearing like sitting at a desk all day. Like I wanted to be active, I wanted to be involved with kids. And my mom was a teacher, and if you like Long Island, it's hard to find a job as a teacher. So my mom was very hesitant at first about letting me become a teacher, but then after I was just like, this isn't for me and I can only picture myself working with kids, that's how I was like, you know what, I'm gonna become a childhood ed major. I have a concentration in psychology, and then I'm in a 5-year program to get my master's degree in special education, because that's my ultimate dream, is to become a special education teacher.
Amazing.
Thank
Do you want to teach out in Long Island, or you think you'll?
That's
I mean,
the
you're
goal.
so young.
Yeah,
you don't know where you're gonna
I
head
mean,
yet.
it's very easy to find a job in Queens as a male. Being a special ed childhood ed teacher is very uncommon, so they always look for that. But I would really ultimately love to move back home to Long Island eventually. It just might take some time, because you know, I have to find a job, and jobs come first.
Well, if you're going to teach anything like your dad, it's going to be really successful.
Thank you.
So, okay, so you get to St. John's, right? What was the first day of tryouts like? Were you nervous? I mean, you've had so much success. What was that like?
The audition process here is awesome. I actually really enjoy it a lot, and my coach does an incredible job at really doing it so like people like me don't get nervous throughout the audition. So my first year I was a video audition, so she sends out pretty much like everything that needs to be included in your video. You introduce yourself, why you want to be on the team, some special things that you do outside of dance, and then you like pretty much just videotape yourself dancing. I was lucky to be at auditions last year, and what she does is she'll actually pair you with someone that's a veteran from the team and someone that's auditioning for the team, so that you have that guiding force and you have somebody to be there with you when you're going through those stressful times, and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know if I can do this, I'm so nervous. Like that person's there to calm you down and be like, listen, it's just a dance tryout, there's worse things going on in the world. Like it's almost like that. So that's what I really appreciate. Right? Yes, you put yourself into perspective, and it's really awesome that you have those people, because all these girls on the team are probably the nicest people I think I've ever met. Like these people, like as cliche as it sounds, have changed my life with the way that they approach things, and like the way that they handle things are just incredible. They are just such an awesome people to learn from as well. So that's really something that's good about that. You also get to like dance in front of graduating seniors, some recent alumni. We have 3 coaches, so you dance in front of them as well. You get to talk in front of the panel. They ask you questions about your life, so they get to know you on a personal level as well. And then you go through palm motions, hip hop, you do a solo in front of them. So it's just like, it's a really good all around, so that the panel of judges can see what you can do, rather than just pinpointing one specific thing. So it's really good, and I really think my coach does an incredible job at allowing us to be showcase so many good things that, showcase so many good things that we as dancers can do. It's really an awesome experience, auditions, and I don't think anyone should really be nervous going into it. It is nerve-wracking, especially as a rookie or a freshman, but it is truly a great experience.
Gotcha. And that's good that they don't pigeonhole you into one specific thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you mind talking a little bit more about the team dynamics, as far as you mentioned palms and different aspects of that?
We are lucky enough that athletics does allow us to attend the national finals in Orlando, Florida. So we go against all Division I other teams that is the University of Delaware, St. Joseph's University, Utah Valley University. It's just like a giant mishmash of different teams from around the country. So when we're down there, we compete in Division I hip hop and Division I jazz. And then on the court here, we will do palm lines, we'll do little palm things. So we don't actually compete in the palm category, we just do little fun things with palm. But we really mainly focus on hip hop and jazz, because those are our competition strong points as well. But our main goal for the university is to entertain the crowds. Like you said, saw us in the you see us at men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, women's volleyball. You get to see at all those functions, and our main goal is to entertain the crowd through those media timeouts, halftime performances. But it is an awesome experience that we do get to go to nationals, because not every school allows their dance team to go to nationals. So it's really awesome, and we got to represent St. John's in a really nice way. In 2016, they won, and then these past 2 years while I was on the team, we got second place in Division I hip hop. And then we won game day last year, the game day competition, and then we got third place in game day this year. So we double medaled both years, which is not many people can say, so it's pretty awesome that we did that as a team.
Well, I'll tell you what, watch out next year for these folks. They're coming for you.
Yeah, we want the trophy.
That's amazing. So I remember playing high school sports, and it wasn't big time high school, and I would get nervous in front of maybe my high school football games, maybe a few hundred people. You're going out and performing at MSG, greatest arena in the world.
Yeah.
How do you, and I do remember when I was playing, I wouldn't notice the crowd as much because you're so focused, but being so nervous beforehand. How do you handle that?
It's like, what I like to think about is you have 22, well, there's 22 of us, 21 other people going through the same exact thing as you are.
Sure.
If you don't put in 100% effort, then how can you count on someone else to put the 100% effort in?
Okay.
So you need to believe and trust in yourself and believe and trust in your teammates, so that when you go out there, you'll give the best performance you can. Because if one person gives 98%, then that whole routine will just fall to shambles.
Gotcha.
So you need to believe in each other, believe in practicing and just trusting one another, and then that's how you know you'll be successful. Because like I explained before, these people pay to watch basketball. They don't typically pay to just come see us. So when you go out there, you need to be top notch, and you need to really be the best that you can for them to enjoy it as well. Because as someone who might not know dance background or dance history or the technical aspects that go into it, they might just be as critical as saying, well, that person's off by 1 count. So it's your job as the team and your job as the unit to make sure that you all look the best that you can to really put out the best performance and really entertain the crowd.
Sure. Well, I have to tell you, I'm in the crowd, as you know, I'm a big St. John's fan, but I'm one of those people, I'm paying to watch you, actually.
Oh, thank you.
So I've been watching St. John's basketball for a while. I told you my father was a cop in this precinct, which covers St. John's. So I've been coming since I was little.
Oh, wow.
And we used to always come to the games, and we would love watching the team play, obviously. But I have to tell you, we've never been more excited for timeouts these days, because that's when you and your team come out. So thank you for bringing the energy.
No problem.
Definitely a lot more energy around St. John's basketball now.
Yeah,
and I think you guys have so much to do with that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for that. It's good to have St. John's back on the map, and that's for sure. So a lot of success in cheer so far. Been doing it for 16 years now, you mentioned?
It's my 16th year.
What has been the most difficult part of that journey for you? And then after you answer that, what has been the most fulfilling?
Honestly, when you go out on the court, what I explained is that some people my biggest thing is what's the hardest is that some people don't understand why boys would ever be on a dance team. Sure. It's we're almost still stuck in old time thinking of stereotypical dance team and cheer needs to be girls, sports needs to be played by boys. Sure. So when you go out there and you see, I still go out there every game and you'll see at least 3 people point and laugh, and you'll just but it's almost you chalk it up to people not understanding. And as a person, I've learned to just kind of brush it off and be you know what, at the end of the day, there's worse things going on than what a person I don't even know their name thinks of me. But it was most definitely hard. My freshman year, people would take videos of me, go viral on social media, and then the hate comments that would just come from it, and the things that people would say about me. It does knock you down, and it does make you almost question why you want to be on the team. I've contemplated just being I don't even want to go to the game because I don't want people to just look at me funny. I don't want people, you get in those moods and you can't let people win in that sense because it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's not as long as you're happy, why do you care what a 40-year-old man is pointing at you and saying? You know what I mean? Because you could try your best and you could do the best and you could be the best, and someone might not think so. But as long as you believe that you're doing the best that you can, that's all that matters. But it's most definitely been hard with what some people have said and rumors that will start and different stuff. But at the end of the day, what I said before, my family and my friends are the biggest support systems. If something ever happens on social media, I can attribute that Haley, my friend over there, will take my phone away from me and just say, let's go get ice cream. We're gonna forget about it for 3 hours. And then when we get back, it'll all be gone. And most of the time it is. So that's what's really great. And my sister and my mom and my nan and my dad are very, very good at telling me all the good things. And my grandma and my papi as well. I have such great, awesome grandparents that are so present in my life as well, that I have so much positivity coming my way that it kind of blocks out the negative, and it's almost at the end of the day, you're doing the best that you can and you're being the best that you can be, and that's all that matters. So what's awesome and what my favorite thing that's come out of it is, and it's almost as simple as just walking out of Carnesecca after a men's game, and maybe the men didn't win, but you'll have maybe 16 people come up and say, you know what, that was amazing. Like, thank you for doing that because you completely changed that game around. Or, you're amazing, like, keep up the great work. Sure. It's not winning a medal and it's not winning a trophy. It's just hearing those little tiny words of affirmation from someone that you've never met before to take the kindness out of their day to tell you how awesome that you are. Yeah. That's what makes, like, me love to come and dance at the games when sometimes it might not be my favorite game to dance at due to someone else.
Sure.
So it's little acts of kindness that people can do for you that will totally change your outlook and totally change like the way that you're looking at going to a basketball game for me.
Well, I gotta tell you, one, if you quit the team, I don't think I'd ever go to a St. John's basketball game again.
No, I'm never gonna quit the team, I promise.
And two, I'm dreading the day you graduate because I hope there's someone in the wings who's just like you.
Well, luckily there is
training someone.
Yeah, there's a rumor going around that there is a new boy another boy trying out next year. So it'll be awesome if we have 2 boys on the team next year. Yeah.
Have you talked to him yet?
Mm-hmm. He's very nice.
We won't disclose it too much. We'll keep that under wraps.
We have a possibility of another boy being on the team, which would be really awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I want to thank you because, like I told you when I messaged you that you inspire me. I think it's very tough for people to, you know, it's only human to be afraid to be vulnerable and put yourself out there. And, you know, when I saw you on the court the first time, I was like, look at this guy. Like, he's all out. He's putting himself out there, and he's just all in. And so for me personally, you inspired me. I just started pursuing acting, which is something I've always wanted to do, but I've always been too afraid to because of that vulnerability factor. So kind of seeing you, and I just went through an improv class. I remember my first class, we would do some like singing and stuff, and I was so embarrassed, but I was like, you know what? Like, just put yourself out there. What's the worst that happens? So I want to thank you because you've inspired me. I know you've inspired a lot of other people.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that. So now to the fulfilling part, what's the best thing you like most, or what's the thing you like most about cheer?
I really like attending nationals. That's my favorite.
Okay, that's the competition.
Yeah, I love competition and I love going against other people. It's like what I like. I love like getting the feedback, and I love just like being at awards, especially if it's a good awards, and it's just something awesome to get to experience because we go through almost 30 days of possibly 8-hour practices a day just to prepare to do a 2-minute dance out on a stage. Wow. So you're really preparing to do 2 minutes, which is like incredible other than other sports to me, is because you have preparation and you have plays intact and you have different strategies that you have to like really be successful during the game. Sure. We only have one shot. And if you mess up within those 2 minutes, you kiss that final shot and you kiss that trophy that you wanted straight away. So what's really awesome is that our team truly knows, like, when we go into practice mode for that nationals preparation, we are so set and we are so ready to go down to Florida and compete. And that's my favorite part.
And obviously, you've been doing pretty well. You came in second this year, right?
Mm-hmm. So second place this year, which is
first
awesome.
Place next year, but that's amazing.
First place next year.
How many teams are actually down there?
In Division I hip hop, we competed against 12 other teams.
Okay.
Division I jazz, we competed against 20 teams. And there could be a range of, I don't think there's usually more than like a lot over 20, maybe like 25 would be the max.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's like hard to get up to the top of that because for finals, they'll only take half.
Sure.
So you all compete on the prelims day. So we all compete, all 12 of us for hip hop on this Saturday. They'll only take the top 6 into finals for Sunday.
Gotcha.
And you have a clean slate on Sunday. So say you, like in high school, I one time jumped from 6th to 1st place. So if you have a really bad day and you just make it by the skin of your teeth to finals and you nail your performance at finals, who knows, you could jump from 6th to 1st.
It's kind of like dodgeball. You ever see that movie?
Yeah,
you never know what's going to happen. Amazing. So you had mentioned, you know, kind of the stereotype out there that dancing's girls, boys do sports. So when you came to St. John's, how did the girls and the team embrace you?
We really loved each other. As soon as we first got on the team, there's been, I think about 2 or 3 boys that came before me. There was Laquan, there was Chris, I think there was an AJ, but this is the first time a boy's been on the team in about 3 years since I started. So some of the girls never had a boy on the team, some of them did, but we automatically clicked. I can honestly say that we like to call each other a big family. We truly are, as cliche as it is. These are my sisters, and if one thing happens to them, it hurts all of us. If something happens to me, it hurts them. Like, we all have each other's backs, and I can say, like, whenever something does happen, like in a negative way, they will always have my back no matter what. And they are the nicest and most kindest people I think I've ever met.
That's amazing. I think that's something that if you don't experience it, you can't.
Yeah.
It's not something
it's
that
like,
you can
it's
explain.
often thought to be like, oh, we're very catty to each other. We want to be on top. Like, sometimes if you see like on entertainment shows, it's very like, they think that dance is just whoever can get to the top. But on this team, it's how can we be the best that we can as a unit and keep moving together. It's not like trying to outdance one another. It's trying to be the best that we can be.
Exactly. And you know those old farts pointing at you and laughing? They've never experienced that. So if I see you doing that tonight, I'm going to break your necks. I'm only joking. Maybe. So, sophomore.
Yeah.
Still got a long ways to go, but I tell you, college flies by fast. Enjoy it. What, and you might not have an answer to this right now, but what's the long-term goal? Do you see yourself dancing professionally? I got to tell you, I'm a Jets fan, and they could really use you the way they're struggling. I think you would just be a breath of fresh air at that stadium. But what you know, what's next for you?
The goal is to become a teacher. That's like the main goal. Definitely want to do that. And what I really want to do in the future is become a coach. Oh, that is like my main goal, is to become a dance team coach, whether it be a varsity high school team or a collegiate level team. That's my goal, but I always kind of joke around about trying out for Broadway or becoming a professional dancer. But I don't know, I really ultimately want to become a coach. That's like my main goal, because I just want to give these kids the same experience that I had from my great coaches in the past. And the coach that I have now is incredible, and I want to give them the same experience, and I want to lead them to victory. Okay.
Do you volunteer or coach at all now with dance?
So I work for the Universal Dance Association. So that's like when we compete at nationals, it's under UDA. So it's like under that brand. So what I do is over the summer, I'll travel from camp to camp, which is high schools, or they do collegiate level camps as well, and you get to work with the kids. You get to improve their technique. You get to teach them new things, which is a really awesome, and it's my favorite work to do, because you really get to see them improve, and they get so excited when they achieve a new skill or they learn something new, and it's so awesome that it's almost a peer to them. It's not like an adult is telling them what to do, because I'm only sometimes 2 years older than the girls that are at the camp. So to them, they're like, well, if this person's telling me that, if I do this, and then they get it, they're like, wow, like maybe I should listen to my peers as well too. So it's not like you always need to listen to an adult figure, because sometimes that doesn't translate. But if you have someone the same age as you telling you and helping you, that's what even gets them more engaged and it gives them more of a fire to get started.
Sure. And one of the things I think we spoke on briefly is about, you know, how you've inspired me. I also think you're opening doors to people who are like you know, obviously you went right for it, which I have so much respect for, but there might be that kid, that boy who's maybe a little afraid to do dance just because of this stupid stereotype out there. Have you come across anyone at these camps who maybe they've come up to you and be like, Matthew, I'm sure it's going to happen to you if it hasn't, but Matthew, thank you so much. You know, you're the reason I'm in dance now.
What's like awesome is that, like, especially like if it's not from the kids, you'll get it from their parents. Like I was just at nationals working for UDA. So there's like the collegiate level and then there's the high school. So I was lucky to go and work the high school level. And I had a parent come up to me and say, my son found you on Instagram and he's a dancer, and I just want to let you know how much you inspire him to become a better dancer than he already is, and to show what can happen outside of high school, because you're in New York, you're dancing on a team, you're dancing at Madison Square Garden, like you get to see
the biggest arena in the world.
Yeah, you get to see all these awesome things that you do, and it's giving boys like me from high school hope that their future is going to be just as bright as it is in high school now. So it's pretty awesome. So if it doesn't come from the kids directly, you definitely hear it from other people, or you hear from their parents, which is just as nice, because I know it's not the easiest thing to walk up to someone and be like, you're my role model, you know what I mean? But like, it's super humbling and it's super awesome to hear that like you do change someone's life by just going out in the court and just having fun, which is super cool.
That's what matters. That's got to bring a smile to your face, right?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah, bring a smile to my face. I can imagine. No one wants to ask me. I'm not influencing anyone, I'll tell you that much. Like, try not to be like him. That's what they're saying about me. But awesome. I think we'll do word association.
Okay,
Does
cool.
that sound good?
Yeah.
All right, so if you don't mind, I figure we can do maybe some I'll ask you your favorites.
Okay.
And then maybe some word association.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you? All right, so here we go. Favorite movie?
Bridesmaids or The Heat?
Bridesmaids is a good one.
Yeah, I love that movie.
The Heat, I haven't seen that one
It's with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy.
Oh, I love them both.
Super funny.
Oh, I'll have to watch that. Favorite song?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really like,
I know you do hip hop routines.
Yeah.
Is there any hip hop artist or hip hop song that gets you going when you're dancing?
Well, he's in jail.
Oh,
I really love 6ix9ine as much as I shouldn't
okay,
say.
all
He's
right.
in jail,
No, listen.
he really, he just
We've all made
screams and it
mistakes.
gets you really hyped up.
There you go. Love that.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go with 6ix9ine.
Okay, 6ix9ine.
Pepsi or Coca-Cola?
Oh, I'm gonna have to go Coke.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me too. Vanilla or chocolate?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Dogs or cats?
I love small dogs, but I also love kittens, so I'm gonna say it's an equal. But only small dogs and kittens.
Okay. Very cool. Cher or Madonna?
Cher.
Cher. Oh, thank
Yeah.
God. Okay.
Cher.
I love Cher.
Me
I like
too.
Madonna too, but
Yeah,
there's
Madonna
something
has
about
some
Cher.
hits, something about Cher.
And Sonny and Bono.
Yeah.
Sonny Bono, that whole thing. Okay, now some word association.
Okay.
All right. This is a little biased because this is my favorite. Taco Bell. Yeah, yes, no? Stay away from?
I try to stay away from it, but it always comes back.
Oh, me
you
too.
know what I mean?
Me too.
It's not my favorite, but it's definitely a fulfiller once like you're craving it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, you know, I know you're not old enough to drink yet, but once you start
Yeah.
drinking, I tell you, you'll be going there every midnight on the weekend. I heard there's a Taco Bell on campus.
Yes,
Is that true?
Taco Bell, and you're allowed to use your meal exchange for the Taco Bell, so it's quite deadly.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
I have a few friends who went here from the neighborhood because I grew up not
yeah.
too far from here, about 10 minutes. So, thank God. I don't think that was here when they went here.
Yeah.
So, thank God. Chris Mullen.
Love him, super sweet guy. Very passionate about what he does, and he honestly does the best that he can. So I honestly really respect him, and he's super sweet and kind.
Yeah, he's just an absolute legend,
Yeah.
especially around these parts. Cheer.
Love them. Very nice group of girls. They're also very passionate about what they do, and honestly, we couldn't be as successful as we are without them. They help us keep going when we get tired cheering, and they really try their best as well, and I really love to see them improve year after year with their program.
Gotcha. And just to clarify, you're on dance and there's cheer
Yes,
as well.
we're on the dance team, and they're the cheer squad, but we all are under spirit support groups, spirit groups, pep
Gotcha.
squad, so
Okay.
we're all pretty much connected.
The whole umbrella. Coach Christine McCartan.
I like to call her my mom, my second mom.
And that's
She's
your head coach,
She's
right?
my head coach. She is just the most lovable, caring. She cares about all of us like we're her kids.
Sure.
She just goes above and beyond for this program, and I think she doesn't get enough recognition that she should. She does so much, and she just truly loves dance, and she truly loves to see us happy. So she'll put us before herself, and she is just a remarkable woman.
Christine, well done. Well done.
Yeah.
You're doing something right. So, and she's been here for 17 years, you
I
mentioned, right?
believe this is her 17th
Wow.
season. Yeah.
Jeez. Good for
And then
her.
she was coaching at Post before this too.
Okay.
So she's been coaching for a really long time.
You're doing a great job, Christine, because I can't get enough of the cheer team and the dance team. So, what is your favorite routine?
My favorite routine has
Right
to be
now.
our nationals routine,
Okay.
which was the Greatest Showman.
Sure.
I loved it so much. It was just a truly different take than St. John's has done. We usually go for a more grungy, hard-hitting, street hip-hop.
Okay.
And we completely did a 180 this year and did almost like a Broadway character-themed hip-hop, and it really read well at nationals. We were lucky to get second place. So it's really, that was something special to me, especially to get to see the crowd love it as much. It's such a well-loved movie, and the music is so powerful, and there's so many awesome meanings behind it, and it meant so much to us as a team. I mean, personally, like finishing the dance with This Is Me and like just going out there and having fun and like hitting all those things and just like going for it allowed us to just love the routine even more, and that's why it's my favorite.
Sure, amazing. Now, how do you come up with these routines? I know you practice a ton.
Yeah.
But is it every week it's a new routine, or is it every week, you have one routine, you practice that repeatedly?
So
How
we
does
go
that
to
work?
camp in the summer, usually
Okay.
around August.
Gotcha.
And that's UDA camp, so the collegiate
Okay.
version of camp. And you learn routines there, and then you get to bring them back and take them to your team and modify them and do some stuff with that. So that's usually our half times or our like media timeouts. And then we actually are really fortunate to have two awesome hip hop choreographers,
Okay.
Julie and Kristen Johnson. They're from Florida, so they fly down and they give us our nationals routine.
Oh, amazing.
Our tip-off routine that we do as well, which is like another big event. It's like our homecoming, we like to say.
Okay.
And then we also have two jazz choreographers, so Carrie Olson and Jillian Zagorski. So they gave us our jazz nationals routine. And then the captains do a routine as well for tip-off. You'll learn like little things here and there,
Okay.
and that's what really prepares us for the whole season. You usually learn them in the beginning of the year,
Gotcha.
and then you'll pretty much just keep alternating between which routine that you're going to do at which game,
Okay.
and like why we're going to do it at this game. So it's like, it's cool.
They practice for
Yes,
the
we
games,
practice
obviously.
Tuesday, Thursday, 6:30 to 9:30.
Okay.
And then Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. to 12 a.m.
Oh, amazing.
And then, 12 p.m., not that long. And then we usually have like two
doing math
events.
on that.
Yeah, we usually do like two events a week. So whether it be a basketball game, or we'll maybe do like a charity event, or like we're very busy in the fall semester. We usually
Okay.
do like a breast cancer walk. We'll do, sometimes we'll cheer at the 5K. We do open houses, accepted students day. So you're always we're always busy as a team, which is great because we're not like a season sport. We like to say we're a whole year sport.
Okay.
You go from May to May every single season, which is long, but it's worth it in the end.
Yeah.
And it really shows how valued you are around the community.
Sure.
It really well rounds you as a student as well. You learn time management, you learn how to be patient with one another. It's just such an awesome experience being on this team, and it's changed so many of our lives. Like from what you think of high school to now college, it completely helps with transformation as well. So it's awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. That's great. Do you ever put your opinion in and be like, maybe we should do this?
Well, I am a captain. I was lucky enough to be picked as captain.
Not surprised.
So a couple times here and there, we will help each other out, and we'll maybe like put in our suggestions. We have like a captain's meeting in the beginning of the year where we talk about maybe some new ideas for the following year. So that's a really good way to get the student opinion in there as well.
Okay.
Our coach is really awesome at listening to what we like and merging with what she likes.
Sure.
And it's usually pretty much the same thing, but she's very good at adapting to stuff that we like to do as well, which is awesome.
Amazing. So I wanted to ask you this because I'm curious for my own self.
Yeah.
You're a big guy, you're not much smaller than me. If I tried to do any of the stuff that you did out there, I'd be in the hospital for months.
Yeah.
Maybe even a year. How do you stay so nimble? Did you like have a workout routine?
Yeah,
what's that entail?
as a team, we have to attend the gym 2 times a week for a workout. And we're usually in workout groups, so you'll go with someone from the team, and like we usually like to focus on cardio and arm strength and back strength.
Okay.
Just
when
so that
so
that when you're lifting and you're basing tricks, that you know that you're not going to fall out of the trick or other stuff, and cardio to get through the dances. What's often the thing is that people don't think it's as hard as it is, but meanwhile, like we don't show it well, but as soon as we get off that court, we're usually like dying between
sweating sitting up there eating my
the lights
popcorn and beer.
Everything is just like so much on us, so that's what we really focus on. And we also do cardio at the beginning of every practice, which our coach will lead. So it usually consists of like burpees, inchworms, sometimes we'll run a stadium. As dreadful as it is, it truly prepares us though for the stamina aspect of our routine.
Yeah, it's not not for
it's
the lighthearted.
Yeah, no.
That's for sure. That's awesome. What would you say is you've had a lot of life experience so far, being so young.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of cool things. What would you say is life's motto is?
Honestly, to just do what makes you happy.
Okay.
Like I think that's like my overarching like message that I wanted to tell people is that like as though many people might not understand or question what you're doing, as long as that you're happy and you're believing in what you're doing and you think that you're changing people's lives every step of the way, just do what makes you happy and just continue to keep doing that. That's like what I like to say.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And then obviously you've grown up with some great people who've inspired you, positive environments, which everyone needs that. I think a lot of people don't have that, unfortunately. What would you say, or who would you say is the most influential person in your life? If you had to pick just one person. I know that's a hard question.
I'd have to say I'm extremely close with my nan.
Okay.
She is my mom's mom.
Oh, cool.
And she is just my best friend. She knows how to handle me. She knows when I get upset. She knows what to do. She just is like she's just like the light at the end of the tunnel. You know what I mean? Like she just knows all the good things about me, and she'll keep me going when I'm down, and she's just such a good person at heart, and she's just so strong, and she's so brave, and she's so powerful, and it's crazy to think that all she accomplished like growing up in her life and like where she is now is only what I can dream of being when I'm older. Like she's just so special, and she's just so lovable that that's what I want to be when I'm older. It's just like her.
I love her already. I haven't even met her.
Thank you. I'll let her know.
Now going on that, please do. Hopefully she doesn't get freaked out. Is there a particular dancer or hip hop artist or any person in general that you take your routines off of, or that you strive to be like in the dancing community? There's
a lot of good people, but what I like to think about is like before I learn a routine, I always think, and like if you know like what the routine's going to be like, it's how could you be the best you that you could be. That's what I like to be. I know what I want, like I have a vision of how I want to be as a dancer when I get older, because I'm still young. I have a vision of how I want to dance growing up, and like still like I have so much to learn, and that's what I strive to be. I strive to push myself in those routines because I know what I can be and I have the potential to be there, but sometimes I get held back by like my own sometimes like I'll stop myself from thinking like, oh, I don't know if I could do that or other stuff, but I think about what I could do,
Sure.
and that's what keeps me going, and that's what inspires me to even be better, to be the best me that I could be.
Amazing.
Thank you.
And that's a good way to put it, because if you try to be someone like someone else,
yeah, you have to be original.
It winds up hurting you, especially in the dance community where everyone's so talented. So, all right, let's see. I think I got 2 more questions for you. So Big East tournament starts tonight.
Yes, tonight.
At MSG, 9:30.
Yeah.
I will be there cheering you on.
Yeah,
the team too, but mostly you. St. John's will beat DePaul by how many points tonight?
I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to say St. John's will beat them by 4 points.
4 points, okay.
I think it's going to be close.
Well, we've lost twice to them so far,
Yeah.
but it's always hard to beat a team 3 times.
That's
But then if we win, we got to play Marquette.
Marquette tomorrow.
And then we beat them twice, so
yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I hope they make the tournament.
Me too. Should be a good experience.
It should be good. And then I guess the last thing I wanted to close out on, first of all, I wanted to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
You are just, I have so much respect for you,
you.
and I think you're the world of you.
Thank you.
And just keep doing what you're doing. Don't listen to what anyone else says.
Yeah.
I know you're not. You have so many good people around
Yeah.
you. What advice would you have for someone who maybe, and it doesn't have to be dance necessarily, but just someone who, you know, deep inside of them, they really want to do something, but maybe they're too afraid, whether that's because of public opinion or maybe, you know, at home pressure. You know, anyone wants to chase their dreams but might be a little afraid to. What advice do you have for them?
It's hard, and it's like, it's scary at first, but just try like almost like experimenting with it. Go out there and just try your best. That's what I like to say, is just go out there with a clear mind and an open heart, and you can achieve anything. If you go out there and you think to yourself, if you're telling yourself I can't do it, that's how you know you're not going to be able to do it. But if you tell yourself, you know what, this is what I really love, this is what I want to do, and you just go for it, balls to the wall crazy, you're going to be able to do it. No one can stop you. And if you're confident in what you're doing, that gives people no room to judge you for what you're doing.
Sure.
As long as you exuberate confidence and you have passion behind what you're doing, screw whoever's talking about you in that negative way, because that's like one thing dance has taught me, is confidence, is to just go out there. I dance in front of 6,000 people sometimes. And as nerve-wracking as it is, you have to think to yourself, I just danced in front of 6,000 people. Like, that takes so much confidence. So you need to just be confident and passionate about what you're doing, and you can achieve anything. You have to go out there with a clear heart, an open mind. Sorry, that switched that around. Clear mind, open heart, and you can achieve anything.
Amazing. Matthew, you're a friggin' rock star,
Thank
man.
you.
So thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
I really enjoyed it. And,
Thank you.
If you feel inspired, as always on my YouTube channel, leave a comment. And can't thank you enough. And look forward to the game tonight.
Yes, me too. Should be a good game.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.
It's okay. Warm up, 5 push-ups.
5 push-ups?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So what we're learning today is the Wu-Tang.
The Wu-Tang?
So, yeah, the
like
Wu-Tang.
the clang?
Yeah. So the Wu-Tang is, you'll grab like in a fist, you go up here, and then you bring it to your hip, and you like kind of rock forward. So you'll go and rock, and rock, and rock, and then you put it almost like you're on a backpack, both hands down. And then you do it to the other way. Rock, and rock, and rock, backpack down.
What am I doing with my feet? Anything with the feet?
You like stay in plie, and you go down and down and down.
So, oh boy.
Okay, yep, that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work?
You'll never be on that billboard.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You think I'd even make the team?
No.
Do we have anything simpler I could do?
Nope, that's pretty basic.
Oh God, all right, so one more time. Could you show me one more time?
And hit, and hit, and hit, backpack, down.
Okay, so hit, and hit, and hit.
And then
back's gonna give out. And backpack down.
Yep.
All right.
That's better.
I think I got a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you'll see me on Broadway.
Yeah, well, you still have a month before tryouts, so just work on that and you'll be good.
I'll call you. I got your number.
Yeah.
Thanks again, Matthew.
No problem.
All right, cool. That's it.
Awesome.
You are the best.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Have fun at the game tonight.
We'll do. You
Yes.
have a good performance.